Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I am excited. Most of you know that this is not one of my normal uploading days, but it is the first day of foundation hunt week. Now, I've mentioned it on other platforms, and I believe in my previous video that for 7 days I would bring you 7 different foundations that are supposed to be summer and, you know, oily skin friendly. We're all about to make that transition into our summer shades or stuff like that. You know, I'm hoping we'll have more hits than we will misses, but let's just get into the first foundation of the week. Y'all know what I mean. So this is the MAC Next to Nothing Face Color. This retails for $31 for 1.2 fluid ounces, and it comes in 9 shades. I have the darkest shade, which is Dark Deep. Now, over the year that I've been doing foundation hunts, I've gotten a lot of people say, you know, can you do a MAC foundation? Can you do a MAC foundation? This is the second MAC foundation I've ever tried. The first was the Studio Fix, I believe, and it went right back to the store. I just couldn't deal with it. It was way too heavy on my face. You could feel it on your face, so I took it right back to the store. So I'm excited to try this one because everyone's pretty much been saying that this is pretty much a not there, you know, next to nothing foundation. So I'm excited on how the coverage is going to be on this, but I hope it has some coverage at least, because I heard some people say that it doesn't. Anywho, so on to what this foundation claims to do and its directions. This foundation claims to provide hydration, instant radiance, features a comfortable creamy formula, nourishes skin, immediately improves the look of fine lines and wrinkles, visibly refines skin texture, smooths and softens skin, oil-free for all skin types. Usage may be used under or over foundation or worn alone on skin, applied directly to skin using brush. Now, I did see on the Macy's website that they gave a specific MAC fan brush to use. I don't have that, so I'm just going to use the Sigma F8. It has a pump, yay, and this is one pump on the back of my hand. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so here it is on my face. I actually did 2 pumps instead of 1 because 1 really is like putting next to nothing on your face, although I'm not sure how much better 2 made it. But it is now 10:54, so I am going to go about my day and then come back later and let you see how it held up and give my final thoughts. Okay, so I am back and it is now 5:11, which means it's been a little over 6.5-ish hours, and this is what my face looks like. Now I'm going to refresh our memories here on what this foundation claimed to do, but I did forget to mention before I left that I did set this side of my face with powder. Now, this foundation claims to provide hydration, instant radiance, comfortable creamy formula, nourishes skin, immediately improves the look of fine lines and wrinkles, visibly refines skin texture, smooths and softens skin, oil-free for all skin types. It did provide hydration after you applied it. You know, your face did still feel hydrated. Creamy formula, it did come out creamy. Looking at it in the bottle, I thought it was going to be more of a liquidy type of foundation. Let's see. Improves the look of fine lines and wrinkles. I don't know how much of that is really true. I don't have, you know, that fine of lines and wrinkles on my face, but because of the coverage of this foundation, it really doesn't do much to reduce any of those lines that you have on your face, but we'll get into the coverage. Let's see. Visibly refined skin texture. I'll give it that. You know, ever since the last foundation that I tried that I mentioned, you know, broke me out, I won't name it, I have had a little bit of, you know, skin issues going on lately, so I did notice that it did kind of help with the texture on my face. Smooth and softened skin, it does do that. Once again, because of the issues I've been having with my skin, I did see that it kind of smoothed my skin out after I applied it. It's oil-free and for all skin types. So those were all the things that this foundation claimed to do, but now I just want to touch on some things I didn't really claim to do or, you know, mention at all, but I feel like you guys should know. The biggest thing with this foundation is the coverage. It's a sheer coverage, but I say it like that because, you know, it seems like you might be giving it a little too much by saying sheer coverage. When you apply this and you're done, it's kind of like it gives you better looking real skin, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like if someone who didn't know anything about makeup looked at me, they could easily think I'm not wearing any makeup right now. It just gives you a more natural look which for some people is good. You know, if you're not new to my channel, you know I like medium coverage foundation. If you're someone who goes for full coverage foundation, you're not getting it with this. There are some foundations that are buildable, and with this, it's honestly, I feel like you could probably put because I use 2 drops with this, I feel like you could probably do a 3rd drop and maybe get like right in between sheer and medium coverage, but you're not getting full coverage with this foundation. Now you can mix it with other foundations, and I kind of want to see what happens if I mix it with the NARS Velvet Skin Tint foundation, see what I get there. But for anyone who, you know, when you wear makeup, you want someone to know that you're wearing makeup, you're not getting it with this, and I don't know how comfortable anyone would be spending $31 on a product that they would have to use with something else to get the coverage that they want. Now I would say this foundation has more of a velvet matte finish to it if you don't set it. Like on the side that I did not set, I feel like it's much more velvet matte, but on the side that I did set, it's more of just a matte finish. And you know, since I said that these are foundations that you'll be wearing more towards the summer, if you do have combo oily skin, you are usually going to set your foundation. So if you do set it, it will have more of a matte finish to it. If for some reason you don't, it will have a velvet matte finish to it. Now speaking of oily and combo skin, and you know, summer coming, I was pleasantly surprised at just how matte my face did stay throughout the day, especially after, you know, 6 hours without touching it. So you know, that was a bonus, especially since we're looking for things that'll keep us matte in the summer, and it didn't transfer, so that's also a bonus. However, I wasn't gonna finish this video without mentioning the fact that MAC, how are you only gonna give us 9 shades? How? Especially since MAC is usually very good at having broad ranges for their foundation, just their products in general. They're usually very good at having products for very pale skin, for very dark skin. So how do you only give us 9 shades? I mean, honestly, this shade is just like, you know, barely making it there for me. It did oxidize. Thankfully, it didn't oxidize to like that, you know, typical orange color. But still, what are people supposed to do? So with that being said, would I recommend this? Yes, but to my no makeup type of people. You know what I mean? Even though I do prefer a little bit more coverage, I feel like I will definitely use this on those days where I just don't want to be bothered and just want to put on makeup and go. And I am going to test it out with another foundation to see how it looks paired with another foundation. But for anyone who prefers sheer coverage or stuff like that, I would definitely suggest this. It'll come in handy in the summer as far as having a matte face if you have combo oily skin. I do have some dry patches, didn't really feel like it's clung to any of them, but for my full coverage people, would I recommend it? You could do better. Honestly, I feel like it would require too much work to get that full look that you're going for, and I really don't feel like you'll accomplish it just using this on its own. You could pair it with another foundation and then get, you know, that full look that you're going for and have a matte face, but it is $31, so you know, I don't know if you want to do that, then I would definitely suggest it because I do like this foundation. But you know, if it's not worth the hassle for you, then don't worry about it. You're not missing anything. So I almost forgot a flash test, but I did not. I will insert one right here. And other than that, that is really it for the MAC Next to Nothing foundation. So that is it for this video. I hope seeing this small demo on my face and hearing what I had to say has helped in your decision of whether or not you're going to try it out for yourself. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Make sure to tune in for tomorrow's video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!